Hi there and welcome to a new live stream. There are some changes to the setup. As you can see, like above me, there is a bare metal DOM0 Qubes OS machine, and yeah, Claude and I got access to this machine like physically, and Claude has access to this machine via SSH. So the code now runs on this machine and testing now runs on this machine. That's also why you can see its screen now. So we can have a look at the app while it's running. And yeah, and the other screen here is my development machine. So we can see the Claude session and the code here when we have a look into it. And yeah. So let's have a look at the current state of the app. First time running on stream in DOM0. So I put some work into it, and it now actually gets the cubes from the machine that it's running on. As you can see here, so these cubes are real cubes. And for the other, as you can see, the streaming VM here is running, and DOM0 is running, and this file and this net are. And we can also do a few select management actions already. I think they're limited to yeah, those that are highlighted up here. So I can start, pause, stop, and restart a VM, and I can also do this from the graph view. So these management actions are wired up. Let's do this now. I'm actually gonna have a look at the FPS of OBS while I do this. So just making sure that I don't have any, stutters in the video. Yeah, not perfect, but yeah, I hope it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have a look at this later onwards when the live stream is finished, and yeah, but that should be fine stream-wise. All right, so let's have a look at the dev machine and the to-dos. So the screen is fine. Okay, so regarding the to-dos, what I would want to do now is get working at the settings tab. The dummy tool buttons in the toolbar and the dummy menu items in the context menus. When multiple cubes are selected, when multiple cubes are selected, I want all of cubes setting tabs to spawn in alphabetical order. Actually, does that make sense? No. In the following order, if open from the table view, top to bottom order. If opened from the graph view, top right to top left to bottom right X and Y order. Most recently opened tab into the foreground. Please do not wire up the settings inside the settings tab to real management actions yet. I just want the tab opening work. Really local. I'm not sure whether this is clear. Top left to bottom right order. Natural reading order. When you are done, add 3 open tabs instead of the ones currently open. Actually, don't need this. I can just open these as then. Okay. So I currently got Fable selected on X high. I'm just gonna use what I have here up. So it resets in 4 days, 15% use. So there's actually some like confusion, I feel like, going on whether, you know, Opus on Max thinking is better or Fable for coding. It seems like public opinion leans towards Fable. But benchmarks, I think, favor Opus. At least it shows them, you know, on the same level. But Opus is, you know, then better for obvious reasons. I mean, I do this like 3 times a day, but let me check arena.ai regarding, you know, public opinion. Have a look at what other models are there currently. Oh, Agent Arena code. I see. So for agentic coding, actually, Opus on Max is best, like from all the cloud models, according to arena.ai. And yeah, but Fable really is very close. Yeah, might as well use Opus Max. Actually want to see whether it's creating a new work tree. Should not be creating a new work tree, but let's have a look. Seems to be a bit unstable in Cloud Code whether it creates a new work tree or not. If it's like sensing that it's in the first session or in the main session, then it doesn't create a new work tree. Otherwise, if you go to agents and start a new agent here, while there's another session open, it's gonna start a new work tree. I think you can't even force it to work in the main directory when you start a new agent besides the main one. And we can actually here on the DOM0 machine, the test bench, I'm gonna copy the source folder. What's bin actually? That's I set this one up myself, but I'm just wondering why it's called bin, like binary. Name this for to my copy. So we can have a look at the app, play around a bit while Fable is doing its work. So I think the rooms, they're almost empty now. In browsing in templates, yes. Let's get the personal room. Whoa, what's going on here? I see. So this page doesn't work well if the window size is narrow. Hmm. You also don't have a horizontal scroll bar. Let's add that to the to-do. Let's see, try out Qubes toolboard and stream machine, gets done. Dummy backend that we're doing. So, the personal room. So this is a buggy. These are fake cubes in the workroom. So I suppose I don't know how to go about this. Yeah, that's what this to do. Default rooms still contain fake cubes from Rush launcher. I mean, it's currently storing its state in config somewhere here in the user folder. Whoops. Here, config, and in here it is. Settings JSON, only settings JSON. Let's have a look at that. No, it doesn't store any room data. Yeah. Need to ask Claude, where are the rooms stored now, the state? And back to documents. No, my folder. How the users was doing. 17% used. I mean, maybe we can find this ourselves. So what I want to see is where are the rooms stored. So there's Cube Store, add combined room, for example. Here in Cube Store, add combined room. So a list model combined rooms, fixtures combined rooms. So here are fake cubes. It's actually in a QML file now, because you also have the fake cubes JSON. Wait, those are the cubes, right? And those are the rooms. This is then a bit confusingly named fake cubes data. That's actually just fake rooms. Yeah, currently yes. Also don't have all of the files in here. Add existing files. Does this work? No, let's not do this. Maybe app storage and app settings. Have a look at those two. Especially app storage py. Where app keeps the things the user arranged. Random rooms JSON. Join folder file name. So that seems to be inside depends where a folder is. Q standard path writable location, app config location. Yeah, I need to ask AI about that. Speaking of which, still testing. I mean, maybe if we edit the rooms first, we get a new file in the config directory. Yeah, there we have it. There's the rooms JSON. It modified today. So the question now becomes, why are, like, where are the, what I know about this, the fake rooms, isn't fake cube data. So here we have actually all of these are still fake. These are not on my machine. Like, I don't have a Fedora 41 VM. Yeah. I see. So I understood that. So actually tidy up the rooms a little bit. Remove the fake cubes from there. At least the personal one. We can remove the fake cubes and add some real ones. Like dom0, sysfirewall, sysnet, and rook, and personal, and sysusb. And then we can go to personal, and they're all layered on top of each other. But I guess that makes, I don't know, does that make sense? There seems to be an issue when they are directly on top of each other with the selection. Like, it selects all of them. Right, close that. The top one being what you're currently doing. That's an instance I didn't open here on dom0 on the test bench. I think that's what Claude opened. Yeah, so since this is the main and only session, the only agent running in Cloud Code for this project, it's putting the changes in the root directory, not a working tree, which is fine. Claude is just doing stuff on the test bench. That's not me. Right, what's it doing? Testing graph view. Zero doesn't have a settings tab. Like, it doesn't have settings. In the original Cube Manager it is. In this one it has now. added management functionality. I mean, it's not specifically a management functionality. It's more like GUI functionality. Let's read this first. What was wired up? Toolbar settings button, context menu settings item, ordering. To judgment calls, plug it if you want either different. Gets no second tap. Yes. And let me actually get the chat in view. Let's see that. Art functionality for shortcuts as well now. Just commit that. And work from there. I do hope this is not gonna take, I don't know, half an hour again, or whatever time it took for the last task. Yeah, half an hour. But it's gonna take a while. So what to do in the meantime? I don't know. Let's go to the Qubes forum. Mm. Let me see whether I can save some CPU. No. Just because I noticed that when the app launches, I'm losing a few FPS from the optimum, but should be fine. Command timed out. All right. Let's have a look at that. Can I actually make this executable? No. So the personal VM is running. Let's open up a tab and now go to firewall. That works. And app shortcuts. That works. Close that and jump right into it. It works. App shortcuts works as well. Let's have a look at the graph view. Um, yeah, cool. What about the warnings? Only the cosmetic ones. Good. All right. Now let's not deviate into this here, but continue where I actually wanted to go. Actually, let's do deviate because I think this is good for the context window. If, you know, we don't change to a completely different task. Why up the installed and shown application from the real backend then? Yeah, that sounds good. Also, I think that's a good time to take a break, since I've been on it for 1 hour. So let's put that like here. Make sure it's not asking any questions. No. $10 break. See you then. And I'm back. Let's see what Claude is doing. It's finishing, basically has been finishing. Let's have a closer look at how it implemented this. This will require some serious work to, read the review, because you also need to look into the original Cube Manager's code, how things are done, like this Qubes OS specific stuff, and yeah, like I don't know whether the way Claude did this is ideal, or let's say canonical in the sense of how the original Cube Manager does this. No code was copied from Qubes Manager. Right, let's have a look and do some testing. So let's go into personal settings, applications. I see it can't get the icons. I wonder whether in the graph view this works. Yeah. Does it actually open up? Not yet. Like personal mousepad doesn't open up. Okay. Good. Let's add a new feature. The real Cube Manager, when you get the applications, real icons from the app, from the VM, and show them inside the Cube Manager. I would like this feature too, instead of the applications. Having gets the applications real icons from the VM and shows them inside the Cube Manager. I would like to have this feature too. Update the icon lookup with this mechanism. You can see and yourself closely, rather closely, on the way the Cube manager does this in order to prevent security vulnerability. Do it, i.e., do it the Cube way. Orienting yourself on run up against the cube space that never takes image data from a VM at display time. Have a look at the Qubes chat room. I don't specifically like the word wired up, but I for the lack of an alternative. Those are not tinted. Tinted app icons for menu entries. The other 55. Let's see whether it notices that they are not tinted. Because when you have a look in here, let's shut that down, the vault. I think this one here too. So when you have a look into here, for example, right. So they are always tinted, whether it's on the left side or the right hand side. And I think the logic behind this is to indicate that those are coming from the VM, and that means they have, you know, they could be faked or modified maliciously or whatever. So they are tinted to indicate that these are sourced from a VM and like that is less trusted than DOM0. I think this should be kept. On the right, visibly Kiriworks blue label tint, exactly like the real app menu. Lock, check, and clean up. Yes, but the real app menu also has blue tint on the left-hand side. Let's wait for him to finish. Why is this is the Qubes way? The device is just Miracle 2. Please note. Good, but please note. Icons on the right, left hand side should be tinted too. The logic is correcting me if I am wrong, that these icons are sourced from a less trusted VM than 0 and could be maliciously modified. Could have been. Could be. But the tint implies this less trusted state compared to fully colored icons coming from them 0. If I am correct, please implement the tint on the left hand side too. I think I'm gonna end the session once this item here finishes. Or take a break at least. It's not a generic less trusted than zero wash. It's the cube's label's color, the same domain mark as the color. Yes. And it says which domain it belongs to, so I managed I can't implement a DOM0 to another cube's app. It indeed belongs on area and says also why does it stock cubes only pretend menu entries? Something only menu entries? That's not right. But the by the way dialog in Claude has been buggy recently, so I won't do this. The issue is that when you do by the way, and it finishes the by the way, then you hit escape to close the by the way, then it instead interrupts the workflow in the background first, then you hit escape a second time, and then it closes the by the way dialog. So that's really bad. Can't use by the way really currently. Whoa. Now what's that thing in the upper left corner? That looks better. I mean, that looks better. Sometimes it does seem to have issues with SSH commands, like this one here. It seems to time out again. Or generally shell commands. Versus Qubes level 10, both sides of the page. On your reasoning. Only 3 tints menu entries. It was from my original Qube manager. All the tints application icons that are available and not been added to the memory yet. We can then commit this. I mean, it needs testing. But I'm hungry and I want to go outside for a walk. Good challenge. Let me check the... Whoops. Given the source on the bench rather than argue from memory, DOM0 has it. You're right, and now I can see exactly how that can read the full block. And that's quite the issue. I think Claude is not exactly knowledgeable about Qubes OS. Like not in the details, that is. So, but I did tell him to do it the Qubes way, if I remember correctly. So maybe be more explicit next time, like look up how exactly the Cube Manager does this and orient. Yeah, but I think I told him that. Let's see. I would like to update the icon lookup with this mechanism. Orient yourself rather closely along the way the Cube Manager does this in order to prevent vulnerabilities. I do it Cube's way. I mean, can't do it much more explicitly. Check the actions to be sure what I meant. I see. And when does our cache, when it's our cache, I can cache updated. Maybe there is a point in always getting the latest icons as the original Cube Manager does. Stuck Cube Manager. Stuck Cube Manager does. Since VMs don't send a signal when applications item changes, I believe. Think about this and go for it. But that's gonna be done next time. So I'm gonna leave all of this like this. And let's clean up the test bench. And then I thank you for watching, no matter whether you're watching this live or as a video on demand. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.